Morning students, today we will discuss about eukaryotic cell. By now we have discussed about the basic introduction to the cell theory, discovery of cell, size and shape of cell. We also discussed about unicellular and multicellular organism. We also studied about some of the basic differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, and we studied the complete detail about prokaryotic cell. We also learned about compartmentalization in cell. Now we will study eukaryotic cell in detail. The eukaryotes include all the protist, plants, animals. In eukaryotic cell there is extensive compartmentalization of cytoplasm through the presence of membrane bound organelles. membrane bound organelles इसमें present होते हैं. compartmentalization है cytoplasm का. एक्चुअली ये जो compartments हैं ये क्या है, ये cell organelles ही हैं जो क्या परफॉर्म करेंगे, अपना एक स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन परफॉर्म करेंगे, और ऐसा compartmentalization प्रोकैरियोट्स में present नहीं था. They are more complex in structure as compared to prokaryotes. As we have already discussed, U means true or well and karyon means nucleus. Hence these cells have well organized nucleus, but that was not in prokaryotes. Their nucleus was not well organized. That's why we called it as nucleoid or the nuclear body. Here are some of the characteristics of eukaryotic cell. As you can see, first one, membrane bound organelles are present. We have already discussed about it that membrane bound organelles are present. Membrane present होती है सभी organelles. Some of the organelles are double membrane bound like mitochondria, plastid. Some are single membrane bound. They are Golgi body, ER, lysosome, microbodies, microtubules. Membrane bound nucleus is also present in it, and that membrane is termed as nuclear membrane, which encloses nucleoplasm or the nuclear matrix. It contains nucleolus and chromatin. In eukaryotic cell, locomotory and cytoskeleton structures are also present. Now what is this locomotory? Locomotory obviously related to locomotion. Locomotion yani it will do the movement, and for this cilia and flagella are present. What is this cytoskeleton? Cyto, it's related with cell, and skeleton means basic framework, as it is present in human body also. Hence, there are some of the structures in the cell that provide the basic framework. Okay, we will discuss it later on. Genetic material is well organized and it is present in the nucleus. Cell compartmentalization is present. We have already discussed about is that cell is divided into compartment. Now what actually is this compartment? These compartments means the organelles which will perform the specific function. Okay, now what are these cell organelles? We will define it as the components of the cell are termed as cell organelles which will perform specific function, and there are various organelles. We will study about the structure and their function in detail later on in this chapter. All eukaryotic cells are not identical. Plant cell and animal cells are different, as plant cell possess cell wall, plastids, a large central vacuole which are absent in animal cell, whereas in animal cells have centrioles which are absent in almost all plant cells. ये जो difference है ये हम और easily बता पाएंगे जब हम पूरा chapter ये study कर लेंगे. उसके बाद में हम differences के बारे में भी और डिटेल में study करेंगे. अभी हम सिर्फ basic difference की बात कर रहे हैं. जैसे कि plant cell में क्या होता है, cell wall present है, whereas animal cell में cell wall क्या है, absent है. Cell wall is actually the protective covering which is present around cell membrane in the plant cells. Vacuoles are big and lesser in number in plant cell, whereas in animal cells either they are almost completely absent or there are many vacuoles but they are small. Plastids are present in plant cell, whereas these are absent in animal cell. Centrioles are absent in plant cell, whereas centrioles are present in animals. Now we will study about the basic structure of eukaryotic cell under the following headlines. First, we will study about plasma membrane, also known as cell membrane. Next, we will talk about cell wall, which is present in plant cell. Next, we will study about cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, various cells, organelles are present. We will study about them in detail. Next, we will study about nucleus. Possesses proteins and carbohydrate. Based on the ease of extraction, the proteins are of two types. One is integral protein and another one is peripheral. As the name suggests, integral, they are partially or completely buried in the membrane, whereas peripheral protein, they are all present at the periphery of the surface of the membrane. They are also termed as membrane proteins. Lipids are of two types: polar lipids and non-polar lipids. These polar lipids are also known as hydrophilic. Hydro, you know, water. Philic means loving. That it's water loving part. And the non-polar part, it is also known as hydrophobic. Hydro related to water and phobic means hating or repelling. Whereas ऐसे मॉलिक्यूल भी होते हैं जिसमें बोथ एंड्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, यानी कि उसमें हाइड्रोफोबिक पार्ट भी प्रेजेंट होता है और हाइड्रोफिलिक पार्ट भी प्रेजेंट होता है. तो ये एक जनरल डायग्राम है जिसमें दिस पार्ट it is known as hydrophilic head and this is hydrophobic tail. So how the structures are arranged? I said that lipids are present in a form of a bilayer. यहाँ पे ये 2 layers होगी, ये हो जाएगा hydrophilic head. This is also hydrophilic head. This is hydrophobic tail. This is also hydrophobic tail. In this way, lipid bilayer is arranged. At the topmost there is hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail present at the inner part. Ratio of protein and lipid varies in different cell types. In human beings, the membrane of erythrocyte, the red blood cell, has approximately 52% protein and 40% lipid, and the ratio of carbohydrate is 1 to 2%. Now we will study about structure of biomembrane. Various theories or the models has been proposed by different scientists at the different times to explain the structure of biomembrane. Let's discuss one by one. We are studying about sandwich or tri-lamellar model. It was given by Davison and Daniel in 1935. According to this model, the plasma membrane is made up of 3 layers in which bimolecular layer of lipid is sandwiched between the 2 layers of protein. इनके अकॉर्डिंग क्या था कि ऊपर प्रोटीन की लेयर प्रेजेंट है और उसके बीच में लिपिड प्रेजेंट है, ऐसे जैसे कि वो सैंडविच की तरह दिख रहे हैं, इसलिए इस मॉडल का नाम क्या रखा गया, सैंडविच और ट्राई लैमेलर मॉडल. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस मॉडल, Next model is unit membrane model given by Robertson in 1959. According to this model, all the cellular and organelle membrane are structurally and functionally similar. Both of the above models are rejected because they fail to explain the selective permeability of plasma lemma. So later on one more model was given as shown in the picture, that was fluid mosaic model given by Singer and Nicholson. We will study about this model in the next video.